What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review DC's Legends of Tomorrow Season 1 Episode 7 titled Marooned. This is a spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode, man. It should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the episode, give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Don't forget I review other shows like Arrow, Flash, Walking Dead, Better Call Saul, much more, man. So check out the channel. I review movies weekly, man. I'd really appreciate it if you guys check it out. Anyway, let's get right to it, man. Legends of Tomorrow. Already 7 weeks it's been on air, man. It's been pretty crazy, really enjoyable, man. This episode was a little bit more of an emotional, personal sort of story, but also going into space and the distress call and a trap. And pirates, man. Who doesn't love pirates? So let's get right into this. First off, Rip looks at his family in this message, sort of like this Star Wars sort of thing, like, you're my only hope, Luke, and all that. So it kind of has that thing where he's looking at his kid and his wife, and then it replays back and forth. So the distress call happens. Space Ranger Stein. We get to see that later on in the episode. So anyway, there are space pirates. There's a flashback where Rip is with Miranda, his future wife, and they're training, you know, trying to become Time Masters. So there's a fire, what's it called? They're space pirates that capture Rip and everything. Stein is in his own little ship. And, of course, Sarah, Ray Palmer, Kendra, all them are on the Wave Rider, and the pirates end up firing at the Wave Rider. Stein takes out the aim system. Palmer is flying the ship now, basically. He thinks he's Captain Kirk, but now he's Picard, but he's actually Sulu. So, you know, a bunch of references, man, to Star Trek. I love it. Sarah and Captain Cold are locked in this room, man, where the breach is, and they talk about death and how did it feel when you died, all that sort of stuff. And basically, Captain Cold talked about when he met Mick back in Juvie when he was 14. So Adam is in space, man, or he's out in his suit and everything. He's trying to close the breach. And Mick talks to Valor. Valor's basically the space pirate leader, and of course he wants to go home. He's just like, I just want to go home. You know, just me. Just take me back to Central City 2016. And basically that's, you know, Valor's like, why should I do that for you? You know, all that sort of stuff. So Adam ends up securing the breach, but he ends up going into cardiac arrest, man. He ends up fading away. He ends up somehow going back to the ship. It just automatically flies him back to the ship, the suit. But he's alive, man. Stein saves Rip and the group. Mick is on the ship, and basically, you know, it looks pretty badass. Mick comes into the ship and everything. Adam's there, Kendra, Sarah, Snart, and basically Mick's like, boys, it's all yours. And then they all come and everything, and then basically it's a big old action fight, man. They get the ship back. Snart versus Mick, man. Mick's down. It's also Valor versus Rip Hunter. Rip Hunter wins, man. So Rip's girlfriend resigned back in the flashback, his future wife. She ended up resigning from not being a Time Master, man. She's like, I love you. You can't be in love when you're a Time Master, so that sort of stuff went down, man. So they love each other so much. Ray and Ray and Kendra kiss, so they may become a thing, man. And as well, Snart ends up talking to Mick alone in this field, man, and basically gotta put him down like a dog, man. Snart freezes Mick. Is he dead? I don't know, because they never showed Mick being frozen, so is Mick dead? Is he frozen in time? What's going on? I don't know, but it is true. Mick was getting dangerous. Mick was getting too much aggressive. That was a very hard thing to come by, man, but it was very sad at the same time. So, what do I think about the episode overall, ladies and gentlemen, man? First off, the effects in here, man. The practical and CGI effects in here, man, looked brilliant. Some of them were a little shaky at times, but I do gotta say the space effects, the flying the ship effects, all that was really well done, man, for TV show-wise. I enjoyed that a lot, man. Mick, man, holy crap. First off, Heatwave, he's badass, man. I loved him in this episode. I love the way that he was just shown a lot more than he's been shown in the past 7 weeks, man. I love the way that it was just so much done, how he wanted to go home, and how he is. You do feel he is dangerous. He is very dangerous. So you do kind of feel why they have to put him down in a sort of sense. Adam, Ray Palmer, man, Brandon Routh. Again, Ray Palmer's fantastic in this episode, dude. I love the way he talks to Kendra, how he did a bunch of references to Star Wars and Star Trek. Well, he did more Star Trek. Jax did Star Wars. So there are a lot of references in here. Back to the Future. Great Scott by Stein, man. Great Stein is what he should say. But, you know, any of that stuff. I love Adam in here. I love the suit. I love him going into space. I thought that was really cool, man. It was really cool to see that going down. The action in this episode. Now, this isn't the best action scene we've seen out of Legends of Tomorrow, but for what we got in this episode, man, it was pretty much enjoyable. Rip versus Valor. It was a pretty good scene, man. It wasn't great fighting, but it was enough to keep you on your toes, man. The ending of the episode as well. I thought that last shot of Captain Cold freezing Mick, man, that was a beautiful shot as well. The whole Rip Hunter thing with him and the flashbacks and his family, that had an emotional core again where it made it very personal. The choices, there are a lot of choices you have to do. Ray Palmer had to do a lot of choices too, like, oh crap, you only got 10, 9, 8, you know, you had a lot of choices basically to pick there, and then you have Rip Hunter doing choices and Mick doing choices and Snart has to do choices. So there's so many choices by these characters that are going on. You know, you got to look into it, man, of how they see it, man, how they have to survive. And the Sarah and Snart talking, basically, when they were talking about, like, oh, I met Mick when he was here, I met him when they were there, you know, oh, you know, and I believe Sarah said to Snart, I don't like you, but, you know, you're not the worst person to die with, sort of thing. So the cons about this episode. The space pirates themselves, man, Valor, the team, the captain of the space pirates were stupid. I didn't care for him. He was a weak villain. There was nothing really good about him. He was kind of boring. Nothing brought to the table by him. Why didn't they just use their powers? Why didn't Stein and Jax just turn into Firestorm and fight the pirates? Why didn't Hawkgirl just turn into Hawkgirl and fight? Why didn't Adam just do a bunch of boom, 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 boom? Like, why didn't they use more of their powers, man? They're superheroes. Come on, use your powers. What are you doing, man? They didn't do their powers a lot, man. Kind of very annoyed by that. How did Adam get back to the ship? How, like, really, you just, for some reason, he's just, like, he's fading off. But then his suit just automatically takes him back to the spot, and then he was apparently in cardiac arrest. All that sort of thing, man. So I don't know how we're going with that there. And also, Stein took down that bodyguard, really? Yeah, Stein took down a grown man who's probably more muscle than him. We'll see what's going on there, man. So, anyway, I'm going to end up giving this Legends of Tomorrow episode, man, a B+. I really thought it was a really good episode, man. It wasn't a great episode, but it really was a good, entertaining episode for sure. I love being in space, the distress call. It wasn't, you know, focused towards Vandal Savage. It was more to the Time Master. So we got to see a little bit more of that, you know, a little bit, things were a little slow every now and then. But other than that, man, I do got to say that, it, you know, other than that bitchy person who was like, I didn't need your help. You disobeyed the Time Master. You blah, blah, blah. You know, that girl that probably doesn't get any at all. Probably doesn't have a boyfriend whatsoever. That's why, man, because she's a bitch. But anyway, after that was a B+, man. Really, really good episode. So anyway, comment down below. Tell me your favorite part about Legends of Tomorrow. I'll be seeing you guys next week for the next episode. And we're going to the 50s, baby. Vandal Savage in the 50s. So we'll see what goes on there. And do you want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. Share this video, guys. Check out the channel. Love you all. Bye-bye.